everyone! Another packing video today. This one was requested after I published my video on how to pack extra light in a carry-on. You are maybe coming from that video, or if you haven't watched it yet, I will put it in the cards up here because that one is a more general one on how to pack the whole carry-on. But some of you noticed that I have a pretty big toiletry bag and were curious to know what's inside of it. So today you will have what you asked for. If you don't know me yet, I am Mary Jane and I'm a full-time traveler. This is very important to know in this video because you will see in a moment. But for the moment, I make videos twice a week about following your dreams, traveling more, traveling full-time, being a digital nomad, and of course all kind of advice on traveling. So it is important to know that I am a full-time traveler, if you don't know me yet, because this is my toiletry bag. And it's pretty bulky, it's pretty heavy too, I can guarantee you. But you have to consider that all my toiletries in my life are inside here. And because for a woman especially, toiletries are pretty essential in self-care, then I prefer to have a big, very comfortable toiletry bag that contains all the stuff that I need. First of all, I'm gonna show you what's inside, and secondly, I'm gonna show you the bag itself and I'm gonna tell you where you can purchase the same one. Let's dive into it. First of all, of course, I put my toothbrush in this little cap that opens like this. It's very easy to rinse and wash from time to time, and it keeps this part protected from dirt and bacteria. As you can see, I don't use a travel size toothpaste, and the reason is that I told you I travel full time, so it makes no sense for me to buy little sizes of things. The only thing I care about is if I can bring it in the airplane, because I only travel with carry-on always. So this is 75 milliliters, it's fine. It depends on where I go, if I bring shampoo and soap and stuff like that or not. Because if I go to a country and I stay there quite a bit of time, I will just buy a big bottle at a local shop. But if it's more like an on-the-road trip or I go to an expensive country, I will take small bottles. And I have a few empty little bottles of the right size to bring it on the airplane. So whenever I need them, I can choose them and use them. Usually bring one bottle with shampoo and soap together and one bottle with conditioner for my long hair. Also, another bottle, this time I always have it, is a little one that I use for feminine soap. How would you call it? Feminine parts can be pretty delicate, so you need another soap with a very specific pH, and I use this bottle for it. I don't care much about wrinkles. I think they are a sign of aging and becoming wiser. But because nowadays the trend is to reduce them as much as possible, I guess I have to do at least a little bit something for them. So I have a moisturizing thing for my face that I use every day, twice a day, and a gel for the eye area. And I actually produce by myself at home every 6 months, more or less, all the creams and gels that I use. So these containers are just empty containers that are recycled. A little bit of body cream that I don't use much actually. And the last cream that I have is a makeup remover cream that I also produce at home. In this little jar that used to be a strawberry jam jar, I put my dry shampoo, which is actually just cornstarch or potato starch, whatever starch you want. And I use it with an old blush brush that I think I stole it from my mom. And I keep it in these plastic containers because, you know, it's always about bacteria and hygiene. I want to keep everything separate in my toiletry bag. Then I have the floss, of course. A little ridiculous brush for my hair, which I use only once in a while. I don't really brush my hair very often, but I always keep it with me because sometimes it's useful. Then sometimes I need to scrub my legs. So instead of taking like a gel product with the scrubbing thing, I use this, which is so much more comfortable if you're traveling all the time, because you don't need to refill it or anything. You just needed to let it air dry, which is kind of the issue, but it's a synthetic material, so it's gonna air dry pretty soon. And this is just a glove that under the shower with some soap, you scrub your skin. It works wonderfully, and it costed only 1 or 2 euros. I don't know, you find it, I bought it like 10 years ago. I don't know, it's so old. Last thing I have in the middle bigger section of my toiletry bag is this little container that I also recycled. And here I keep, I think they are called clips. These are, you know, to cut your nails. I have a bigger one and a smaller one, more for the cuticles. I have a pair of tweezers, of course, for my eyebrow and everything. I keep some Q-tips here and also a couple of bobby pins for when I have to do sports. Now I emptied all the middle section, which is, you can see there are 3 sections here. The middle one is the main one, and there is another one with this little thing that I keep my makeup here. And then there is this one, which has a zipper. So I keep the things that I'm gonna show you now. My razor, I keep it in the zip pocket because I think it's a little bit more hygienic. A little file for my nails that doesn't fit, unfortunately, with the clippers. A little pocket mirror, which is always useful. A pair of very little scissors that used to belong to my grandmother, and you may have seen them in my DIY haircut while traveling video. Then I keep this little silicone thing that, I mean, you can brush your face with this, with a little bit of soap, brush, scrub your face. It's a very light scrub. I actually never use it for scrubbing, but I do clean my foundation brush here. It's very convenient. I just put a little bit of soap and this thing scrubs the brush very nicely. Then I always keep, of course, a couple of tampons. Guys, I am actually very ashamed of myself because I don't use the menstrual cup. I tried it in the past. I bought one, but it was not the right size for me, so it was leaking a little bit. So I just gave it as a present to a smaller friend of mine who actually loved it. She is using it for years now. And I stuck with these horrible tampons, which I hate because they are so wasteful, but I'm very ashamed of that. Last thing that I keep with me is tea tree oil. This is an essential oil. Many of you will know it. It actually smells horribly, in my opinion, but it's a very, very powerful antibacterial. So whenever I have pimples or I scratched or I cut myself, I don't know. I mainly use it for pimples, to be honest. I put just a little drop of it and it helps a lot. Okay, let's go on to the makeup now. Okay, it's almost empty. Last section is the makeup one, which I also keep on the side pocket. As you can see, for the occasion, I didn't put any makeup on. I was very lazy today. Also, I'm up in the mountains, as you can see from the background, because this is typical furniture from the Alps. And this morning I actually went for a small hike, so I didn't have any makeup on. Liquid foundation that I use with this brush that I keep, of course, in a plastic little envelope. Under eye concealer, eyelash curler, the tool that scares the shit out of every man for some reason. Probably the most important makeup tool I have is actually the ugliest one, and it is the eyebrow powder. If there is only one thing that I would do to my face is to actually fill up the eyebrows. I'm not gonna show you, it's very ugly. The packaging is broken, but it works very well since years. And I use it with this little angled brush. This is mainly the makeup that I use, but I have a few things for like special occasions, which is some blush with, of course, the brush. And this is a travel size, at least something. If I gotta put some color on my cheeks. And eyebrow gel, which is a very recent purchase. Not necessary at all, I use it once in a while. And a terribly old and horrible mascara. I almost never use mascara. I don't really like it so much. That's it. No, I actually have something else in this external pocket. I keep a couple of medicines that I will almost never use. They're just for emergency. And I also have a couple of these little toilet wet wipes. And now let's talk about the bag. So the empty bag looks like this. It's actually a triangular shape. And it's also collapsible actually here. So it collapses in this little thing. And the reason why I love it so much is that it has its own structure. So you have to imagine that sometimes I go to a place and I stay there 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, and I don't really unpack my bag. I only unpack it when I have to clean it or when I have to shoot a video. So the fact that when I open it, it stays like this. See, it doesn't collapse. It's actually very sturdy. I love this fact. Even if for traveling extra light, it's actually very sturdy and I mean a little bit heavy maybe, I don't know. But I have no intention of changing it anytime soon. The inside, as I was telling you, has a big main pocket in the middle, and then it has one little pocket here. It's actually not little, it's a very big pocket. And the one that I prefer the most is this one because it has a zipper. I wish this one had a zipper too, but I mean, perfection is not existing. That's it, it's very simple, the inside. And on the outside, there is also this extra pocket. That's it. When I need to clean it, I take a damp cloth with just a tiny little bit of soap and water, and I just wipe everything in the inside and in the outside. I let it air dry and it's like new. And now let's talk practical stuff because I know that you girls want to know where I purchased it. And actually I'm pretty sure you can still find it too. I purchased this like 4 or 5 years ago, and this is an IKEA product. And specifically, I found it in the IKEA family section. So you need to have the IKEA family card to purchase it. But I don't have it, but for me it's very easy because so many friends of mine have it. And it was super cheap actually. I suggest you to go to that IKEA family section because they have so much good quality, super sturdy and super cheap stuff. It's really incredible. And actually one of the 2 backpacks that I use, not the one that I filmed in the Packing Extra Light video, that one is an Eastpak, and unfortunately I can't find it in the Eastpak catalog anymore. I'm sorry about that. But I have another one that I use quite often, also with the laptop section. It's super solid and it is from the same collection from IKEA family. I haven't been to IKEA in at least 2 years, but last time I went, they still had them. So I think these are just classic products that they keep all the time. But if you go to IKEA, let me know if you found it so that other people can get the information too. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you liked it and you got some inspiration, especially if you are a woman. I guess men didn't really reach this point of the video. And please subscribe to my channel if you're interested in this kind of videos. I will make other packing light videos in the future. So you may want to click the bell button to receive the notifications so you're not gonna miss a chance to learn how to pack extra light for your next trips. Also, please share this video with your friends and comment below to let me know if you pack more or less stuff in your toiletry bag for traveling. I'm curious to know, actually. That's all for today. See you next time.